So that's what he means by 10 academic peer-reviewed sources. Basically, you need to have journals instead of magazine articles. Now, if there are some magazines that would fall under this specific requirement, there may be a few history magazines that are edited by historians, so that would be peer-reviewed. But, you know, to be safe, your best bet is to stick with academic journals. So, how do you find academic journals? Well, the Lubbock Library is a great resource. If you don't have a library card, I highly recommend getting one. It's free, A. B, you can check out free books, yay. But there's also things like movies. I get digital downloads at home. They have for my Nook, so I'm reading ebooks at home. You can get music. You can check out magazines. You can do all kinds of things, and you don't even have to go to the library to do much of this. But we're going to start showing you how to use EBSCO, which is that online database. So you first come to the home page of the Lubbock Library and then go to databases. In the state of Texas, they have paid for us, the state has paid for us to have access to EBSCO and to all these things. There's a whole lot of things that you can find here, tools that you can find, and a lot of them are really good to look at another time, but we're going to look at Discovery Texas. So again, you have to have a password to do this. So you have to call the library to get it, but here it is. You can write this down and save it because I've already called them. So RMN, capital RMN 1234 is the username, and capital TX 79401 is the password. So there's a ton of different options to choose from once you get into the database, but I'm not going to go over those today. I'm going to focus on, you could go here and it would search all of these things, but I'm telling you, when you're looking at something this broad, this many sources, it's better to limit them. So we want to go to Academic Search Complete. This is a good source if you're doing just a research, a report or something, but for what we're looking for, we want to go to Academic Search Complete. It's going to look at journals, etc. So for you guys, we could just type in Herodotus and it could come up with a ton of things. Some of those things would just be would just tell you where to find an article on Herodotus in a journal or in a book or whatever, but that's not going to be very helpful to you if you can't get your hands on it. So I say for you guys, you want to limit your results. You want to find only the things that have a full text attached. This means if the journal article is available in a PDF form, it will be attached to the entry and you can pull it up and print it off. That's great because you can print that at home and highlight it up and take notes on it, and it will be a good source for you. Also, because you are limited to scholarly peer-reviewed articles, you want to click this so that will search only the things that you need and you won't have to dig through anything and figure out if it's any good. Okay, so we've done those two things. I don't think we'll limit anything else. And we're just going to enter Herodotus. Let's see what comes up. Okay, so well, I don't speak Spanish, so I'm not going to look at that. But do you see here? It has PDF full text. So if I could read that, I could click on it and then I would have that article to read. More Spanish. Okay. So when you're trying to figure out which of these might be actually helpful to you, there's two ways to do it. One, you can read kind of this summary, but if it doesn't really tell much, like this doesn't tell a ton, it just kind of has keywords. So I can go click on it, and then there will be an abstract here. An abstract is just a summary of what the article is about. So let's see, this talks about the stories about the abductions of Io, Europa, Medea, and Helen. So he says, Herodotus uses this to raise urgent questions of cultural identity and historical meaning. Each of the four women gets entangled in complex cultural histories, la-di-da, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if that's going to be a great source for you guys, so let's just say it's not, and we'll just keep moving on and look at some other things. So, happiness in Herodotus. You think that's going to help you answer, does Herodotus do history? I don't know. I think that other one about the women might actually help a little more than this. So you just click on next, and keep going through everything. Let's see if I can find one that I would want to save. Okay, maybe this, because it's talking about the Battle of Salamis. So I will click on the full text here, and it's going to bring up the article. If you look to the right, there's several icons. If you click print, it's going to just print this citation for you, which, you know, wouldn't be bad to have. You can also, I'll show you another way to do it too, but always go ahead and take that option. If somebody's going to cite it for you instead of you having to look it all up, do it. So come down here and choose MLA. That's the citation format that we are using. And then I would do detailed citation or brief citation in abstract. Let's see what that looks like. Cancel. Okay, let's not do that, because it's going to give you a summary, which would be good to use in your annotated bibliography, but you don't want to write down what they have word for word, because that is dun 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 plagiarism. But it might help you formulate your own summary. But again, don't use this except for printing your citation. You can also do this and choose the citation format. So let's say you have your bibliography pulled up already. All you have to do is go down here, find the MLA works cited. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it into my document. Done. And all I'll have to do is write a summary for my annotated bibliography. You can also print the entire journal article if you'd like. I will warn you that these get pretty lengthy sometimes. For instance, this one is actually 29 pages. And I'm pretty sure your parents don't want you printing off 30 pages here and 30 pages there at home unless you're absolutely certain that this is going to be a super helpful article to you. So here's what I would recommend doing. Pull up the article, read through it on your computer, and then if you see, oh yeah, the first 4 pages has some good information, I think I could use that in my paper, and then you get further on down and you're like, I don't know, and then you look at the sub headings and see if it's going to be helpful there. You can, if you say, yeah, I need the whole thing, I'm going to print the whole thing, that's fine. Or better yet, you don't always have to print stuff, you know. You can save things in a file on your computer. So create a new file that's Herodotus Research or something like that. You can go up here to download PDF, and it opens up the whole article. Now, let's say you don't want to print it. On my Mac, you guys probably that have Macs know how to do this. You can download it to your computer, the article right here. But you can also save a PDF on a PC. So if you don't want to print it, you could save it to a folder and then just read through it on your own, and then print off the pages that you find helpful information on. So let's say the first 4 pages are good information that you think you might be able to use. Just print those 4. And I just recommend that if you print any pages that don't have the title on the front page, make sure you add the title and staple those together so you don't get them mixed up with other articles that may look similarly. So that's a quick overview of EBSCO. There's so much more to EBSCO than I can cover today, but we can practice searching this in class on a writing lab day. I'll let you use my computer so that you could do that. You guys can access the internet with your computers, but I can show you if you're having trouble with that. And I'm going to have you practice now by finding at least one full text source on Academic Search Complete that you think will be helpful in your research, and print off 1 or 2 or 3 pages, or however many pages you think you would like to use in your research that you think will be helpful. And that is your homework assignment.